what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Antonio King, but you could just call me King. And this is a space where creativity and spirituality meet. And thank you so much for watching. So I thought to myself, why don't I tell the story of how I booked the Broadway show? Almost.
What?
Yeah. It didn't happen the way that I thought it was gonna happen. But that's okay. That's okay, because God is still good.
Hallelujah!
That's loud.
God is still good. Sit down, get you some popcorn, get you some Mountain Dew. I love Mountain Dew. Let's get into this story. So picture this. This is 2 years ago. It's my first year in New York City. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, born and raised. Yes, surrounded by corn. I mean, I'm from the city, but like, I'm a little country, just a little bit. I love where I'm from, so it's all good. I was doing the good fight, you know, going to every EPA, going to every ECC, doing what I could do. At dinner with Mona, minding my merry black business, and I get an email, get this audition for this Broadway show that I love. That is my dream show. And a little further backstory, I've been in for this Broadway show multiple times. I'm talking about going and sitting for hours at the EPAs, at the ECCs, trying my best to get seen for this Broadway show. Okay, just keep that in perspective. So I get this audition and I'm like, okay, I'm going in for my dream role, specific track that I want to do. Cool, bada bing, bada boom. I go to the first audition, right? Eat. Down. Could not have done better. Thank you. I go to this audition, kill it. Eat down, I kill it, and I'm thinking, okay, what's the next step? We're gonna have a call, like a callback or something, and then, you know, maybe a dance callback because it's a heavy dance show, and then that'll be the final callback, and that'll be it, right? So I'm thinking like maybe like 2 more rounds. And then about a week later, I get this email, and they say, hey, would you be willing to be in the running for other track in the show? And I'm like, okay. So just to keep things straight, so now I'm going in for 2 different tracks. So I have the original track, that's my dream role, and then I have a swing track that they want to see me for. So in case some of you don't know, a swing track is where you are covering multiple tracks. Okay, cool, I'll be covering multiple tracks. That's fine, I'm here for it, as long as I can get in this show because I'm trying to make my Broadway debut, right? I go in for this second callback, now doing 2 different tracks, which means that I had to learn multiple songs and multiple sides. So I go in and I eat, because that's what I do. That's all I know how to do is eat. Then I get an email. This is about another week later. Mind you, this is like a 2-month process. So I get another email and they say, hey, we are no longer considering you for the first role. The original track that I went in for, my dream role. We're no longer considering you for that. That track is off the table. We are considering you now for the swing track. And are you willing to be submitted for another track, an understudy track? So now these mofos want to see me for a swing track and an understudy track, which, in case you don't realize what I'm saying, they essentially want me to be submitted for 8 different tracks. So by the time I got to the next callback, I had maybe 6 different characters that I was trying to learn, which means I had even more songs and even more scenes. Also, they said we'd like to have you come in for a dance callback. So I'm like, okay, cool. I go to the dance callback, eat down, killed it, saw a bunch of my friends there, yada, yada, yada. That we'll bypass that, we'll get that out of the way. They email me and they say, hey. Now the thing that was confusing about this whole process was I was unclear on what everybody else was doing. So like a few of my friends who were in the dance callback with me, they were like, well, what role are you here for? And what role are you here for? And we were all so confused because the things that they said was no longer on the table for this person, another person was auditioning for. A track that this person said that they're auditioning for, they told me that I was now auditioning for it.
It's getting weird, but I still need to get this watch.
And so we just didn't know what was going on. So I get to the final callback, and by this time I have maybe 8 different sides and probably like 10 songs. And I wish I was making that up.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad! You keep digging!
And so this final callback has been a long time coming. You know what I mean? It finally, by the grace of God, made it to this final callback. And I was like, nothing is going to stop me. I'm going to go in here. This is mine for the taking. This is mine. I've put up the good fight. I continue to say yes, continue to say yes, continue to say yes, not just to what they asked me to do, but to whatever I felt like God had for me. This is going to be it. I go into that final callback. Everybody and their mama is there. Everybody. The casting director, the casting associate, the music director, the producer, the script writer, all of them. They're all in there. The room is deep. And I go in there. I sing everything. I act everything down. Had everything memorized, which was interesting. They kept on saying throughout the entire process, we're so impressed that you keep coming in off book. You know all this stuff. That's because that's what I do. That's because that's what I do. And so I ate. I ate down. I killed it. Walked out of there feeling really good. Walked out of there prepared to let it all go. I did everything I possibly could have done. I could not have done anything else. Ready to let it go. And so a week goes by. Another week goes by. Now stay with me because this is where the story gets good. This is where the story gets good. So I don't know if any of you have acid reflux, but I do. I have acid reflux really, really bad. And if you're a singer and you have acid reflux, you know that it's a struggle. So I ate something that I probably shouldn't have ate. I don't even remember what it was. I don't even remember. It doesn't matter. And I had a really bad flare up. I had a super, super bad, excuse you. I had a really, really bad acid reflux flare up. But I mean, it's okay, right? Because I haven't heard anything from it. By this time, I've let it go. I was praying about it like, Lord, help me let it go. Help me let it go. Yeah. I was praying like, Lord, help me let it go. And I felt like I was really getting to the point where I just could, you know? And the minute I felt like I was experiencing that surrender to God, guess who emails me? I get an email and they say, hey, we would like for you to come in for a work session. Now, for those of you who do not know, a work session normally happens before the final callback. Not only did they want me to do a work session, they wanted it to be pretty much the next day.
You cannot trick me! You cannot trick me!
And as I said, my throat was currently on fire and I could not speak. But I ain't no punk. And I did not come all this way to not do what I needed to do. So I remember I was at work, I was working at the Purple Gym that I would later get fired at. That's another story for another day. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna prepare, drink some tea, take some medicine, and I'm gonna do what I came here to do and just do my best. I went into that work session, and what I didn't realize was that work session was not really a work session. That was another callback. Normally for a work session, they are working with you on the material for the final callback so that you can put your best foot forward. Because you have to understand, these casting directors, they are presenting you to the producers, the music director, all these people. They have to show that they did a good job in vetting who's going to get to that final stage, right? I'm thinking, well, this is a little bit out of order. Like, we should have already been through this, but okay, fine, it's whatever. It's a work session. But it really wasn't a work session. It was another callback. I go into this room and they have a camera here and the music director who I never met. I felt so blindsided. I did not know what was going on. And I went in there, and when I tell you, I could barely sing a note. So humiliating. I was so frustrated. I had a few moments in the work session where just like, if I could have, I would have probably started crying, not out of like sadness or embarrassment, but just frustration because I could not do what I know I can do. I could not get anything out of my voice in the way that I know it should be coming out of my voice. And not only that, and I'm gonna go ahead and just say this, The music director wasn't very nice. I'll just leave it at that. The music director wasn't very nice. I left the room and I went to the bathroom and I cried. And I really thought that I had been bamboozled by God. I thought, God, why did you play with me? Why did you play in my face? I haven't had an acid reflux flare up for months, and all of a sudden I have a flare up the week that they're gonna call me for a work session. Then I get into the room and I can't do what I know you've given me to do. I killed all these other callbacks. I get to this final callback where I see the home stretch, and you literally left me. Not only did you leave me in the dust, you literally almost like you stopped my bag. It's almost like you sabotaged me, God. Like, why did you do that? Greatest lesson came from this incredible low in my life. And that is when I started learning the process of dethroning, which is overall the reason why I'm making this video and the thing that I want to bless you with. What I realized was the thing that I was calling passion in my career as an actor was really anxiety. The butterflies, the going on callback corner, trying to see who got a callback and if I got a callback or not, overthinking, stressing, worrying about if I'm gonna hear back from an agent, emailing my agents, did I get it? Have we heard anything? All these things that I thought was drive and passion, I was calling it that, but it was actually anxiety. And even further, I realized that it was me not fully trusting in God. And that sucks because it's not something that we choose. As artists, we wish that we could get more information. We wish we could leave an audition and say like, hey, when are we gonna hear back from you? Oh, if I don't hear back by this date, that means I didn't get it. That means I did get it. That's just simply not how the industry works. And I realized that I had subconsciously, because by the grace of God, I was so validated and loved by my parents and teachers and friends. Everyone knows I'm talented. Everyone knows that I'm gifted. I was expecting a certain outcome from the world that the world was not giving me. And because I thought the world was not giving it to me when I was supposed to get it, I thought the world had the keys to my destiny. I thought agents and managers had the keys to my destiny. And that's just simply not true. And I realized that all those hours and weeks and days of me worrying about auditions, worrying about if I'm gonna book this, worrying about how I'm gonna get on Broadway, when I'm gonna get on Broadway, I realized that I had placed all these people on a pedestal higher than God. And I was not trusting in God's will for my life. I was hoping that my desires was the thing that was gonna happen. And I thought that every single audition that fell into my Yahoo email account was mine for the taking. I just thought that anything that I see that looks good to me, oh, that's just for me. And that's simply not true. And I was not even considering that God had something greater to do in my life with me. The process of dethroning is taking anybody off of the pedestal who you think holds the key to whatever is your next step, whatever is your destiny. Because the reality is no man, no person has the key to your destiny. And when you truly fully get that, and that's hard, y'all. It's really, really difficult because in this industry, we're taught that so many people, they can make you or they can break you. You know what I mean? That we're taught that we should just overly care about what people think. And every audition you go into, this is gonna be the one. And you have to go in there and be A1 and be perfect all the time. Perfect, perfect, perfect. When the reality is, you don't have to earn anything that God has already put your name on. And that's something that I tell myself when I go into auditions now. And I realize that I have nobody to impress at all. As a matter of fact, I've already proven that I can do the job. When you pass the class of dethroning, because I really think it's a class you gotta pass, it's something that you can learn over time, you really start to have a peace that surpasses all understanding. No, you really start to have a peace after you leave an audition room to go, I did what I was supposed to do. It truly is what it is. This does not make or break me. These people do not have the say-so of where I go the next week, the next month, the next year. God has literally already gone before me. Greater is He that's in me than in the world. So I got this. And I think the more and more that you learn how to dethrone all these systems and these industry things that we think are so... Yeah, you see it. I think the further that we learn how to dethrone the industry and dethrone all these people who the industry tries to tell us are so important, we really allow God to do in us all that we're capable of. Because we're not so anxious and worried about other people. And there's a scripture for that. Romans 12:2 says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what's God's will, his good and pleasing and perfect will." And so like it says here, like, do not be conformed to the patterns of the world. Don't be conforming to the industry and people who you think you have to impress and everything. You have nobody to impress. You have nobody to impress. Perfection is not the standard. It is an obstacle. So any room that you're going into where you are nervous and anxious and you're just desperately hoping these people give you the key to the doors of your success or your opportunities, just remember from whence your help cometh. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Follow me on all socials at aking_32. That's aking32. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.